The Antikythera Mechanism, the world's first computer. In the year 1900, a group of Greek sponge divers set out from the island of Symi. Their task was routine, diving deep into the Mediterranean Sea to collect sponges for trade. But near the small island of Antikythera, storms forced them to take shelter, and when they dived again, they stumbled upon something extraordinary. Lying on the seabed, more than 40 meters below the surface, was the wreck of an ancient ship. Scattered across the seafloor were statues, amphorae, and treasures. Among them was a lump of corroded bronze, unremarkable at first. Yet this fragment would turn out to be one of the most astonishing discoveries in the history of archaeology. The Antikythera Mechanism. At first, no one understood what it was. The divers recovered dozens of artifacts, many of which went on display in museums. The strange bronze lump, covered in corrosion and encrusted with centuries of sea life, attracted little attention. Only later, when scholars examined it more closely, did gears become visible inside. This was shocking. Complex gearing was not thought to exist in the ancient world. The level of craftsmanship required was far beyond what historians believed the Greeks could achieve. But as the fragments were studied in detail, it became clear that this was not an ordinary object. It was a machine, more advanced than anything known from antiquity. Today, the Antikythera Mechanism is often described as the world's first computer. Built around 150 to 100 BCE, it predates modern machinery by more than a millennium. Its intricate system of gears allowed it to model the motions of the heavens with incredible accuracy. By turning a hand crank, the user could track the positions of the sun and moon, predict eclipses, and even follow the cycles of the ancient Olympic Games. It was both a scientific instrument and a work of art, demonstrating the astonishing ingenuity of the ancient world. The device survives only in fragments sadi to pieces in total preserved by the sea for 2,000 years. Researchers believe the original mechanism was housed in a wooden box about the size of a shoebox. Inside were at least 30 bronze gears, each carefully cut and interlocked. On the front and back were dials marked with inscriptions in Greek, showing calendars, astronomical cycles, and predictions. By turning the crank, the gears moved in harmony, displaying the cosmic order as understood by ancient astronomers. The most remarkable function of the mechanism was its ability to predict eclipses. By using a cycle known as the Saros cycle, the device could forecast when lunar and solar eclipses would occur, decades in advance. It also included a calendar based on the Metonic cycle, a 19-year period after which the phases of the moon repeat on the same days of the solar year. These cycles were well known to Babylonian astronomers, but the Antikythera Mechanism represented a revolutionary way to model them mechanically. It was, in effect, a physical embodiment of astronomical knowledge turned into gears and levers. The inscriptions on the mechanism provide further insight. Tiny Greek letters etched into the surfaces describe its functions and instructions for use. They refer to the zodiac, eclipses, and cycles of planets. One dial appears to have tracked the timing of the Panhellenic Games, including the Olympic Games, held every 4 years. This shows that the mechanism was not only a scientific tool, but also a cultural one, linking cosmic cycles to human life and ritual. The question of who built the Antikythera Mechanism remains debated. Some scholars suggest it may have been constructed in Rhodes, an island famous for its school of astronomy and engineering. Others think it could have been inspired by the work of Archimedes, the great mathematician of Syracuse who lived a century earlier. Archimedes was known for designing intricate mechanical devices, and some ancient sources suggest he built planetariums and celestial models. Whether directly linked to him or not, the mechanism shows the same spirit of innovation and curiosity that defined Greek science. What makes the Antikythera Mechanism so surprising is the gap it creates in history. After its construction, no other devices of comparable complexity appear in the record for more than 1,000 years. The next known machines with similar gearing are medieval astronomical clocks from the 14th century. This raises profound questions. Was the Antikythera Mechanism a unique masterpiece, the work of a single genius that was never repeated? Or was it part of a broader tradition of Greek engineering that has since been lost? If more devices like it once existed, they may have been destroyed in wars, melted down for metal, or simply lost to time. The fact that only this single example survives makes it both precious and puzzling. Modern research has shed light on the mechanism through technology. In the early 2000s, scientists used advanced imaging techniques, including X-ray tomography, to peer inside the corroded fragments. These scans revealed the internal structure of the gears in detail, allowing researchers to reconstruct the original design. They discovered that the mechanism modeled not only the sun and moon, but also the irregular orbit of the moon, accounting for its elliptical path. Some researchers even argue that it included the known planets Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, though this remains debated. Reconstructing the Antikythera mechanism has been a challenge. Several replicas have been built using both modern tools and ancient techniques. These models demonstrate how the gears turned and how the dials displayed celestial events. Holding such a replica is like holding a piece of the ancient mind. It shows that the Greeks did not only theorize about the cosmos, but also built machines to make that knowledge tangible. The precision of the gearing, with teeth cut to fine tolerances, rivals that of later clockmakers. It is a testament to the skill of ancient craftsmen and the sophistication of their knowledge. The shipwreck that yielded the mechanism adds another layer of mystery. The vessel, believed to have sunk around 70 BCE, carried a cargo of luxury goods, including statues, jewelry, and glassware. It may have been a Roman ship returning from Greece, laden with treasures for wealthy patrons. The mechanism, hidden among these goods, suggests that it was a valuable possession, perhaps intended for an elite collector. Its presence in the wreck raises questions about how widespread such devices were. Was this one of many, or was it unique? The Antikythera mechanism also challenges our view of history as a straight line of progress. We often assume that technology advances steadily, each generation building on the last, but the mechanism shows that knowledge can be gained and then lost. Ancient Greece reached a peak of scientific and mechanical achievement, only for much of it to vanish in the centuries that followed. Political turmoil, wars, and the decline of classical civilization may have erased traditions of craftsmanship. The rediscovery of such knowledge in the Renaissance suggests that human innovation can be fragile, easily disrupted by the tides of history. Today, the Antikythera mechanism is preserved in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. It is studied by teams of scientists from around the world, each using new methods to unlock its secrets. Yet, even with all our technology, many questions remain. We still do not know who built it, how widespread such devices were, or why the knowledge disappeared. The mechanism continues to inspire wonder, not only for what it reveals, but for what it hides. What do you think about the Antikythera mechanism? Let me know and write it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.